everybody, and welcome to the Lit Ladies podcast. Today will be episode 3 of The Firekeeper's Daughter, and we are discussing the second half of part 2. This one's a doozy. I'm Emily.
I'm Miriam.
I'm Holly.
And I'm Abby.
Who wants to start?
How are we going to start? Where do we start?
Miriam's like raring to go. I think you should go.
Oh my gosh.
So what do we think, everyone?
Wow.
A lot.
Roller coaster.
So much has happened. Everything's changed. Everything has changed. It's crazy.
Really,
Okay.
everything has changed.
I
what?
called Levi. Did I
So
not?
did I.
From the beginning.
You
I
did.
thought he was involved.
You did.
I thought so too.
And I still think Jamie's a good guy. Something in
Yeah.
me thinks they're not being fair. I don't know if Ron is bad or if he just doesn't.
It's all really weird because Ron.
But I think Jamie's a good guy.
my thing is Ron keeps finding Adonis in weird situations that are not completely the fault of Jamie, and she's not telling Ron the whole truth.
Right. I agree.
I think she's trying really hard to protect her community,
Yep.
even so at the fault of her being in danger now. Because there's a couple times she's put herself in really risky
Oh my gosh, yes.
situations.
Yeah.
Was at Mike's dad's office or in Mike's room. That was silly.
That was silly.
That was dangerous, especially if you're looking for meth contraband. So you got to make the assumption that there's something shady going on here anyway.
But don't you think that's natural for if you're an undercover informant? Like, aren't you going to want... You
No.
feel like you have to do that to get something.
I'm a chicken. No.
She's got the added, she has the added thing of protecting her community. But I think, if you're working with the FBI and you're an undercover whatever, you're going to feel like, ooh, I can do this. I
Yeah.
can
That's
do
what
this.
her uncle did.
Now, is it smart? No.
Yeah.
But I think, so I don't know. I think Jamie, he's good.
Yeah.
I don't think he's bad. I thought it was really interesting. TJ,
Yeah.
what he said was really interesting, but that was more about Levi than about Jamie.
Yeah.
He just said if he's friends with Levi, he's
Well,
trouble.
she's starting to remember all these times people have said things
Yep.
about her brother.
And she
Yeah.
saw him punch that guy.
Including Travis.
including Travis. I haven't
Yeah.
liked. There's something about him from the beginning. I've
Yeah.
just felt
I was
like
okay with him until he gave the speech.
Yes.
And when he was showboating, and
No,
it was
it was
what
before
she
that
call
for
it,
me, but-
cultural bingo.
Yeah.
Things like that, and it just set her off. And I'm like, yeah, that's.
And
slimy.
he's obviously bad. I mean, I know you want to think maybe it's not Levi, but he's setting her up.
I
There's
wanted
freaking
to
drugs
know-
in her closet.
That's beyond. So it's one thing for her brother to be in it. And then she's like, "Oh my God! They just put it in my house. It's in my room.
Well,
it's in my bag."
And
What?
he's been transferring the money in
He's
her
been
name.
transferring the
And
money.
his mom roofied her.
Okay.
Oh my
Yeah, I
God.
I
literally
feel like-
connected that earlier. I was like, wait, how did he root her? But then she was like, oh, the dish taste in my... my
I knew
drink.
immediately.
Was
I'm
what?
like, I was like, don't pour the tea. Watch, you pour the tea. Don't let,
But
I
she
knew.
would never
I knew.
assume. She still had a hard
I
time
know.
thinking that it was her brother.
I know. But then how come she condemned her uncle so quickly? Is that why? Go ahead, I'm sorry.
The first thing I tabbed, I'm like, I don't even care about it anymore. There's so much else that happened.
What was it?
Well,
I'm
I just thought
interested.
maybe if we go in chronological order, maybe
We gotta
can-
backtrack because
Let's gather. Okay, so
hurry
my
up.
first,
Oh
I have
my
I have 11 tabs.
goodness.
Okay, I'm looking
The first part I tabbed was when her
Oh, no,
mom
okay.
used past tense with her grandma.
Oh,
Yeah.
yeah, that was sad.
Oh, okay.
That was really sad.
and that she noticed.
And it said change comes even when we consciously try to avoid it. And I liked that. I think that's very true. That was sad.
Okay, that's
If
not...
anybody wants to do tabs in between mine,
Get it, girl.
I just felt like we were all over the place. And I
Holly, I found my book. After I bought mine.
Where?
It was in my
Did
backpack.
you really buy a new one? I thought you were
Yes.
joking.
I bought a new one.
Oh no.
It's okay, this one's nice.
That
This
one's
not
intact.
good.
yeah. And you're gonna want to reread this one, so
Yeah.
So basically, I have marked. I started at 371, and it was just a blur all the way until we ended at 404. I just will highlight everything.
The next part I did have was when she was feeling ashamed. So it says, when the bank lady said the current balance, my first thought had been to question whether Levi was involved somehow. I feel ashamed. I had believed the worst about Uncle David. Haven't I learned anything about jumping to the wrong conclusions about a loved one?
Yeah.
And then
if anything,
she said,
jumped the wrong way.
She said it feels like a battle raging between my brain, gut, and heart. And yeah, I can't imagine, because now she's like, is she
that
gonna
was our
turn in her
foreshadow
brother?
right there. That was it. That was
I'm
our
just
clue.
so sad. I feel like I wish it,
But now
like,
he's-
I can't connect it that Levi is bad.
Now he's
like-
setting her up, though.
I
Yeah,
know, but
that's
like
a little beyond.
sometimes it makes me it's just like making me feel like it's just his mom. Because like what if his mom gave him the gift to give to her? Like that was her gift.
Then why'd you
But-
hide it in the closet,
Yeah.
Abby?
Also,
no,
as,
I'm just in
Yeah,
denial.
I know.
as much as I've wanted to like Levi the whole time, there have been things that
Yep.
are weird about
Yep.
him.
Yeah.
Like
Well,
how
you saw it right away.
nobody was even talking about how Robin had died.
Yeah.
And even
Okay,
after
so I said that last time. I said it feels slimy.
Yeah, and even after the game, he was like, well, this was just something for us to learn how to play as a team. And Donis was like, it was about Robin. Like, it wasn't about that.
Yeah.
So I don't know how much he really cares about anything. And he's like buttering her up. It feels like he's like, oh yeah, I'm gonna frame her, so I better be nice to
But
her.
there was also when she heard. To me, it was a big red flag when he threatened some. He said,
Yeah.
I'll take hockey."
Because she said,
for-"
I've never seen you
Yeah. Yeah.
over the top like that.
Yeah. Yeah.
protecting her,
But
which
yeah,
I
that's
guess is
kinda
weird.
weird.
Supposedly.
Yeah. Supposedly.
Well, I feel like if you're, even the person you're protecting was like, whoa, 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 then yeah, you were over the top.
Yeah,
You can't have
I've
any.
been summoned apparently. I'll be back.
I don't know. I was thinking, so talking about, so the big dance and her hot dress.
Her
Oh my-
pantsuit.
Yes, her
Her
pantsuit
You
God.
go,
with the,
girl. You go,
and the-
girl. Yep.
I love how positive she is about her whole self.
Me too.
Like, it never even comes into question, at least that I've noticed,
Hmm.
you know, and I really like that
I do
about
too.
the character.
But don't you think that's the culture?
Quite
Right? I mean, I
possibly.
think part of that is the
Quite
culture
possibly,
because
yeah.
you know, your period is this amazing,
You're right.
powerful,
Very
and even
true.
she talks about. I highlighted something when she was talking with her aunt, when she was the berry fast, right when she became
Oh,
a
yeah.
woman. I think that same time, and you know, she says, "I'm overcome with deep gratitude as I sit here next to Auntie before the fire. Auntie has shown me how to be a strong." Mishque,
I love
full
it.
of love, anger, humor, sorrow, and joy. Not as something perfect.
That
She is
right
a
there.
woman who is complex and sometimes exhausted, but mostly brave. She loves imperfect people fiercely. And I think that's their culture, right? They build each other up. They
I love
don't
it.
tear each other down. Unless there's an obvious, you know, I mean, her aunt doesn't mess about, right?
No.
She sees Donis doing something, she's like on it. But mostly it's building her up, building each other up.
I agree. And then calling you out when you need to.
Which is healthy.
She did. She called her on the carpet a couple
She
times.
did. She knows something's going on because
She knows, but she
Donis.
doesn't know what.
Mhm.
At least I don't think.
But she hasn't pressed her either on what. She hasn't said, you need to tell me what you're doing.
And so now
She's
remember,
letting her.
Auntie is Levi's aunt too. That's
Yeah.
her brother's
You're right.
son.
You're right.
So this is going to be a whole nasty.
And she knows it, and I think that's why. Because to me, the minute she found those drugs in her closet, she should have gone to Jamie or Ron.
But Dana was already there.
She couldn't because Ron was already texting like, "Call me, call me, call me, call me, call
Oh
me."
my gosh, Jamie's like in trouble.
Where is he?
Right?
Or is he following her? I think he's following her. I think he's going to rescue her.
You think?
Holly, I couldn't.
Holly,
no,
you can't
it
do
was
that.
2 whole pages.
Holly read ahead. Holly has a very
I have
bad
a problem.
habit.
I've
of
been
reading
doing
ahead.
really well, actually.
Holly.
I know.
I wanted to so bad, but I didn't.
I did.
Holly, that
I'm
was a
not saying
conscious
anything.
choice
It
because
was.
it says
It
part
was.
3.
Oh yeah, I flipped that page. I'm like,
You
no,
said, "All right,
no,
next."
no, no,
Abby was like,
no.
Abby was like watching me read today, so I couldn't if I wanted to. It's like, and I did want to. But Jamie's either in trouble or he's following her.
Yeah.
That's how I feel.
Yeah, don't say anything.
Well,
wrong.
she's in trouble. I mean, she's got.
Where's she going?
Yeah.
Where are they going? Is she
I don't
meeting
know.
Levi?
Okay, so another
Ah.
weird thing about when Dana shows up, she's like, her perfume smells my mom's. So is this madness go all the way back to the parents? You think?
I think so because when he
What?
was talking to Donis, she brought up that memory. He's like, I have to go now. I have to go do something for us. So I'm pretty sure he's a part of the drug ring too. Like it was passed on.
Something. Yeah, because So, remember it was a weird situation when her dad and Dana got together.
Yes.
When Dana was there at the house, they're drinking tea, and she falls out. She smells, or she notices, oh, that's funny. My mom and Dana have the same perfume. And then she says something, I'm assuming she's talking about her dad. Is that why, oh, shoot, I'm going to have to look. Something like, is that why he got them confused? Or is that...
Yeah, did Dana roofie her dad?
I don't know. I've got lots of
If they have the
suspicions
same
right now.
scent, then he probably just thought it was whatever. What is Thomas's mom name?
What is her
I
name?
think we've only heard her say like that's her mom.
She's mom.
We need to pause till Emily gets back.
Yeah, we might have to.
Yeah, I'll pause.
I do want to find that part, though.
Hi everybody. Sorry, we are back. We just had a little commercial break.
Although to you, we didn't go anywhere. But
yeah.
okay, where were we?
Shoot. What
Holly
were we
was
talking
mentioning Dana and
Oh,
Donna's
Adonis's mom smelling the same. Did you catch that?
Oh yeah.
yeah.
So we're wondering if there's something like
I said that
Something more
Dana
far-reaching.
roofied her dad.
you think
And
maybe.
if they smell the same, he probably just thought it was Donis's mom.
I don't know if we have enough time for that to happen.
Well,
Left
why
in the
would
book.
he marry her?
Because she was pregnant.
That's true. He married her because she was pregnant. But so was
So was the
Donis's
other.
mom.
But
Yeah,
he didn't.
two
But
baby
she got-
mamas
He
at the
didn't
same
know.
time.
I know the
And
story.
she got sent away. Her parents
Two
sent her
baby
to
mamas.
Montreal.
You're right. Yeah, he didn't know she was pregnant.
Yeah.
She was gonna
So I
tell
think we need to talk about what happened with Call Me Grant.
Oh, okay.
Oh, you were talking about the party.
No more.
Her in her jumpsuit.
Oh,
The
her
dance.
jumpsuit.
In her rocking
Shigala?
the jumpsuit and
Yes.
how
Yes.
you were talking about how confident she is in herself.
Yeah.
And I was saying that I think some of that is the culture, right? They're just
They're just
like
powerful.
your period is powerful and you're a woman, and so I think part of that is cultural for Donis. But like Holly said, all the way through the book she doesn't hate herself. There was one time she's like, what dress? I eat too much and I'm in my carrot
Pumpkin
dress.
dress.
Pumpkin
Yeah, her
dress.
pumpkin dress.
But it wasn't like negative.
Yeah.
Yeah.
She was like, I'm grieving, it's fine.
Yeah.
Right?
So
I love that about.
I
her.
knew something was going to happen with Grant. I thought
I
it
knew
might
it was
be
coming.
I didn't know it'd be a
He's,
full out rape.
Slimy.
I just feel like I'm frustrated because she hasn't processed it. Maybe that's a good thing. Maybe that's her mind protecting her. She needs to tell somebody because I think the worst part about rape is the shame, right? And that women feel like they can't tell anyone because
I
it's
wanted
their
her to
fault.
tell Jamie so bad.
And the conversation that she played out with Jamie, I don't think he would have reacted that way that she thought he would have.
No.
I hope not.
I think it's interesting that I mean, I didn't want them to go into details, but they didn't go into
No, they
details.
didn't.
Because I feel like her writing style, I felt like she could have done, I don't know, not a good job, but like a good
Kind of like
description of it.
where the crawdads sing.
Yeah.
Because she had an assault,
Mhm.
right? And she fought back.
Yeah.
But that was a little more descriptive. I thought it was interesting, too, that she wasn't super descriptive with the sex scene.
Yeah.
But I didn't
Yeah.
mind it. I kind of
Yeah.
liked it.
It
I
was
thought it
kinda,
was
like,
really
sweet. It
special
was
and
like,
sweet. You know?
She with the Call Me Grant, she said that she rose above.
She did.
Yeah.
She watched what he did to her,
Mm-hmm.
not to me.
I have it marked because it made me cry.
Yeah.
So
and
it
then
says,
afterwards, like when Jamie touched her, when she smelled
Yeah.
the familiar smells,
The
when
lavender.
she was face down, all of those things were triggering for her.
yeah, she said his hand finds the zipper at my lower back. I freeze. His hands keep going. It's not supposed to happen to me. The bedding smells clean, like a fresh sachet. Oh, like a fresh sachet lavender. Sorry, my tab covered it. And then it says, an instant later, I watch from high above what he does to her.
It's probably what you have to do, right?
I
Like in
think
that
those are
moment.
all things, yes.
And I think how did that go after he's done? Did he just leave?
Yeah,
Yeah,
he
I
said
I know
he'd
that's
come back
probably
for
morbid,
later.
but actually I want to
Filthy.
know. Like,
yeah, he was
So-
filthy.
You don't remember that? That's what he said.
yeah, he
"Come
said,
back."
come back.
Like Robin.
And he touched her shoulder, you're right. And then later, she talks about bite marks and bruises. So, but she hasn't even processed it yet.
No.
She just went back out to the dance. Can you imagine? I can't imagine. How strong is she? How strong is she?
I think she's almost disassociating
I
a little
think
bit,
so.
kind of like
Yeah.
I watched her, and then
But I
this
think
doesn't happen to me. It's not supposed to happen to me. And then she's trying to protect everybody from that information. Like, she's not telling her mom. She doesn't want to upset her mom. She's kind of baby caking her mom a little bit, you know.
she wanted to tell Jamie. But then I think too, like, think about everything that happened to Donis that night, right?
God, it
Ron
was an
told her
awful
Jamie's
night.
no good.
Yeah.
And what happened? I
TJ.
saw the two of you. TJ comes and talks to her about Levi,
Mhm.
which she saw some of it herself.
Yeah.
She's dealing with her shoulder still, and then Grant. So like all this, so I think her reaction to Jamie later, breaking his nose, is all that. I
Yeah.
don't think it's just about Jamie, but she
Yeah.
doesn't know that. You know, I think it's all coming out, or she feels like she can't trust him now, which
Yeah.
is sad.
Well, twice now she's felt betrayed by him.
Yeah.
You know, the first time when she found out he was undercover, and then now. But she did tell him when they were on the blanket, you know, I don't care, this is just this,
Yep.
and that's that.
But then he said, "I
But
love
it
you."
didn't
I
mean
didn't
that,
like
though.
that.
Oh,
Obviously,
he said,
it
"I
didn't
love
mean
you."
it.
I thought
Obviously.
it was so, like, it was too soon. Like, how did he fall in love with her in that amount of time? I don't know. I feel like sometimes you can, but also they're in a weird situation. I feel
Well,
like
and it
he's
plays into
displacing
her
it.
her disbelief that she can trust him, I guess. When
'Cause
he
what did
says
he-
that, because then you're like, a suspicious.
She thinks
like,
he's lying.
And then Ron comes and says, "Oh well, you know, he's working really hard
Yeah.
to get this job and to make up for his mistakes in previous job."
Yeah. But he, you know, it's interesting because he was confused, right? How did I just ruin that by saying that, you know? And was he saying, who else don't you trust? You know, or who else lied to you or something?
Yeah.
And she's like, everyone.
Yeah.
And her
This
dad.
guy
and then-
lies.
Yeah, guy lies.
But to her, a broken promise is also a lie.
Yeah.
I guess her dad didn't tell her a lie. He didn't lie to her. He broke a promise to her.
Yeah.
Which is a lie. Isn't
Yeah.
It? Yeah.
It
Yeah.
is.
She's right. She's right. Because I know I've told Scott that before. I'm like, don't promise if you're not going to do it. Because I'm like, that breaks the trust and it's a lie.
Yeah.
You know, so I always be careful with my promises. You know. So, wow, lots happened.
There's a lot happening.
And then we find out that half of her arm is numb from her injury.
Oh, yeah.
The secret that she hasn't told.
Yeah.
And it keeps getting, she got hit more and it keeps getting worse.
Yeah, every
I
time
imagine
she
it's
has an
worse
injury.
After
Getting hit by
Right.
something.
Probably
Well,
after,
yeah.
yeah,
Oh, yeah, 'cause
probably
he's-
after this.
Her arm.
Well, she was fighting.
Well, he knew
No, she
he
wasn't.
knows that she's hurt.
She said she wasn't.
And he wanted
No,
to
but
hit her
she
addicted to
flailed.
painkillers.
He said she flailed.
Yeah.
She kicked and tried, but she was
Yeah.
face down. He had her. She couldn't.
Yeah, but then she stopped.
Okay.
Because she just had to dissociate. But then she beat up Jamie, so I'm sure that hurt more too.
Yeah.
So
Well, when she was leaving, call me Grant. He squeezed her shoulder and he
Yeah,
said,
he did.
"Call me if you need anything for that." Oh, and how bizarre! So Robin, when she went to talk to Robin's mom and dad, they're like, she wasn't going to college.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And then she.
We were trying to get her into rehab, and she's what?
That was crazy.
I feel like, see, we've already got to the part where Levi is like setting her up, right? I think that he is sending them to her to be the last person she's with.
Oh.
Why does he have beef with his sister, his half sister?
I think he's just
Like, he gave her the special beadwork that was very special to their dad. He will not give her the scarf.
Yeah, why wouldn't
even
he
though
give
he
her the
has
scarf?
it, he keeps telling her, "Oh, I can't find it. I can't." First, he was like, "I don't know. I don't remember it." Then it's like, "Oh, yeah, I just can't find it." She found it
and took it.
and took it.
He's gonna
As she
know.
should.
He's gonna know that
Well,
she was the one. Which is probably why Dana's
Hey,
there.
they share a bank account. I feel like should have access to all of that stuff that she went through. Paperwork and stuff. Sending all that money to Panama.
There's just so much.
There's
kinda
so much
freak.
in so little.
Oh,
all of a sudden.
can we talk about also her aunt? Her aunt knows something's up.
Yep.
She's like, this is an intervention sweat, or what? Is that what she called it?
Yeah.
Yes.
But her aunt doesn't make her tell her what it is.
Yeah.
I love that. I love her aunts. I love their relationship so much because her aunt respects her. Like, look, I know what's going on. You've been a terrible aunt to my
Yeah.
girls. we miss you. I know
Yeah.
something's up, but she's not like, you need
Do
to
you
tell
think
me.
she knows, or she just knows that
I don't think
Donis
she knows.
isn't being herself?
I think
she
she's
just doesn't know.
probably worried because what happened to Donis's uncle, and she might feel like
Mhm.
they're losing Donis.
Or she knows the whole thing
Yep.
because if her brother was in it,
So she
I
might know
wonder-
more.
It's not. It's her mom's brother.
So her mom,
aunt,
her white
auntie
mom's
is
white
not
brother,
related to her.
and then the
uncle.
aunt who is
Okay, I get
Native
confused.
American
her dad's sister
is a Firekeeper
Yeah,
because
he's
sister.
Native
Yes.
American.
and
And her-
I think her dad
her
is in
uncle,
it.
but her
Oh, her
uncle
dad.
that.
Yeah.
Oh,
Okay.
her dad, Donis's dad.
Yeah.
I thought, who said about her brother?
I did. So
Yeah,
I got him
it's not
confused.
her
You're
brother,
right.
it's her mom's brother.
You're right, my bad.
Yeah.
Yeah, there's a lot.
But she also knew about that because they're family. She knows Donis. So
Yeah.
the aunt knew something happened with her uncle.
Yeah, she just wasn't as close to it. I don't know. How could she know what's going on?
I think she just knows there's a change, and she
Yeah.
knows that Donis is lying.
I don't know.
Mhm.
She said that she was mixed up in bad crew when she was young.
Yes, she did.
I think
So
they think it's something to do with Jamie.
Yeah.
Got a new boyfriend.
TJ.
You said you would never date a soup. Now you're all about Jamie, and you're taking off and
You're not coming
disappearing.
to- you're not sleeping at
coming
our house.
around. Yeah, I think they just assume that she's shagging.
But it
Yeah.
can happen, right? You get wrapped up in your first love and the
But
world.
then, okay, so at the end, her mom. Why is her mom not home? I'm going to be at the big house. Why? She
Yeah,
hasn't been
that's-
there
yeah.
since
She's kidnapped. Watch.
Grand Mary first got ill. She has not been to the big house, is what the book has told us so far.
Yeah.
Donis has, but not her mom. And then she wrote her a note. Not
When
a
her
text.
mom is always
not a
calling
phone call,
her.
right? There's something sus right there,
But
too.
then also, do you remember Dana said, "You Fontaine girls"?
Yes. You Fontaine family.
Yeah. You're always messing
Calling
me
out
up.
David, Donis, and possibly her mom. What the heck?
Oh my god. I'm gonna go home and finish it tonight, man.
So what are we predicting? I think Jamie's a good guy. I do.
agree.
I
I
think
think Jamie's a
I
good
think
guy.
he's struggling with his role. I think he genuinely feels like he loves her.
He is only
Like you
22.
said, it may be too fast, but I think he believes it. You know what I mean? Like I think that's
It's
genuine.
deep down, but he was like, he said it. I don't know.
Yeah. So I think
I don't think I trust him.
okay.
Yeah, I'm a
You
little
never
suspicious.
have.
I know. I don't trust him.
See, and I never trusted Levi or Grant. No, but I think
No, but
none
none
of
of
us
us
trusted
trust
Grant.
Grant.
Call me
So
Grant.
how high does it go? How does this all play out? You know, I think Jamie's either kidnapped or he's following her because he knows she's. He knew she was interrogating Ron, right? When she went to find out more about the death,
Yeah. he
Jamie
did.
saw through that, so he knows she's
Yeah.
doing more than she should.
Yeah.
He knows something
Ron
happened
does
at the
too.
dance.
Yeah, Ron does too.
Yeah, he
'Cause he
knows
goes,
something
"Hey,
happened at
girl."
the dance, so he's either
Yeah.
following her or he's in trouble.
I wonder, I don't know, I'm still so torn about TJ. Like, I don't want to like him, but I'm also like, is he a corrupt cop? Does he know what's going on?
I think
is
he's
he
a
trying
jerk,
to be nice?
and I think
like, I don't know.
I think he's a
I don't think he's slimy.
he's a cop. I think he's a cop, just like Jamie and just like Ron. He's doing his job, but he is a slime ball for
Actually,
dumping her.
I don't
Well, he
know
settled
because
that
I
about
actually believe what he
Levi.
told her.
I-
I believe that
Yeah.
Levi threatened him.
Yeah.
And he called. He said, "I was a coward for breaking up
Yeah.
with you."
Yeah, and he
I
said
think that
that
was
they-
genuine.
That's
And
why
he
I said
said
I
how
think he's
they
a slime
both
ball for
moved
just
on,
dumping her,
so.
but
But
that
I don't know
makes
if
sense
he's.
why he dumped her right away. That's
Yeah.
some kid who's the golden
So
boy.
you're gonna cut his Achilles?
Yeah, I mean
That's
that's
horrible.
pretty.
That's like psychopath.
That's when you know you believe it because it's specific.
Yeah,
You know,
not
like-
just some general. I'm gonna get you good.
Yeah.
Mm.
So I believe him. I think he didn't want to break up with her. I think he was freaked out.
Yeah.
Coward, maybe, yes. But
Well, and also from what I know about like sociopaths, Levi could be one because they're very good about getting people to like them. They're good at mimicking emotions, but they're really like nasty people who really don't really feel anything, which would explain why he doesn't care about his sister. If he just, because sociopaths tend like they don't feel emotions. They're just really good at knowing what they're supposed to be acting like.
I wonder. So we know that Levi has been involved since when David.
yeah.
Okay, so he's been involved that whole time because he is light bulb.
Yes, that was the reveal at the end.
is light bulb.
Oh
Okay?
my goodness.
So Dana also knows that David was where because he talked to the parent because she read that in the notebook.
Oh yeah.
Okay, so then you gotta think, okay, who's supplying
Grant's
because
got to be there
Levi's
somewhere.
not making it.
Grant.
Okay.
It was
So
Travis.
something to do with Grant, and then Travis.
Dana.
She remembers him saying that since that one time he hit the lady with the BB, he kind of took the hit for Levi. Levi did it.
Yes.
He took the hit.
Yeah.
And since then, according to Travis, he's been on the down, so, and then Travis's mom was called the meth queen, so possibly, I don't know. I'm just wondering how high, if it goes all the way.
Well,
Stormy's involved, Mike's involved.
in his
not TJ.
journals, did David say that Lightbulb was making meth? Did he say anything about it?
Lightbulb was the clever
He was,
one, right?
well, he was asking
Questions about it.
questions
Yes.
about meth and how to soup up the meth, basically.
So, was Travis ever actually making meth, or was he? Did he somehow?
Travis made it, yeah.
He did
He
for
was
sure.
cooking. Yeah, I'm positive I read that he was cooking.
Or was it Levi and somehow he framed Travis about it? If Travis has been taking all these
I
falls
feel
for
like
Levi,
Travis
maybe
was just a distributor.
The mule.
maybe Travis.
No, I think he just had drugs. Like, he would give it to people.
Yeah.
He would take it. He would test it.
So I think Levi's just been making it and supplying it. I don't know. Because also, if you're messed up on meth, how are you? Like, it's a
Yeah.
scientific process. You're not going to be able to make meth
True.
if you're on meth. So I think Levi's or somebody else, maybe Grant, has been making it. There's no way Travis would be making it. Because it's a scientific process. You have to follow certain steps. I know that from Breaking Bad.
She
and
said
from,
it was crap.
And they went to
She
the
She
did.
said
lab.
it was crap meth.
She said it was crap.
She said
meth.
it wasn't
true.
even as good as
She could have made
Jamie's.
it. Yeah, she did. She did.
But I would think that if you're messed up on meth all the time, you're not going to be able to make even crappy meth. I don't know.
I think you can, because that's where you get all those people down at the river bottoms. They're all cooking
Yeah.
in their trailer. Yeah.
That's true.
And all those houses in Oliver's blown
But
up.
it does make me wonder, if Travis has been taking all these falls for Levi, what else has been blamed on Travis that it was actually Levi?
I find it interesting that Travis, my understanding of her memories is that he wanted her friend
Lily.
Lily to try it.
Yeah.
She had
Yeah.
to try it. I made it in my cookies. Why? That's interesting.
Because I think he was just messed up so
Yeah.
horribly.
Can we talk about the little people too?
Oh,
That's, I was
Okay.
going to bring that up.
What
is that?
I think
Why
it's,
I think it's so
I think
cool,
it's,
though.
it's
real.
a cultural.
It's similar to, like, fairies.
Yes.
And
That's
stuff
so
like that.
cool.
Or
I
like
love that.
up in like Iceland, the little people. They
Oh.
don't even, you don't even ask about them. They're like, yeah, we don't talk about it. We believe in them, but we don't talk about it.
I love that. I think that's so cool.
Well, it's
I
scary.
think it's bizarre.
I don't know if it's cool, but
I
it's
think
interesting.
Like, I don't know.
To me, it made more sense that they were adding something to the meth to have like a group hallucination
too.
than it is that. But I guess if
Neither
they're
one is
bringing
easy
back
for me
the
to believe.
culture,
Because
you
I feel
know.
like there's no, for me, the group hallucination made no sense because everybody reacts to drugs differently. There's no possible way they would have all seen the same thing.
Unless one guy saw it and,
And
was
then
saying
the
it to
others
the others, and
believed
then
it.
they were like, "Oh yeah, I see that guy."
Well, they
over
all
there.
grew up in that religion, in that
Yeah, they did.
community, to where that is a real thing to
Yeah.
them.
Mm-hmm.
You know,
You're right.
Because Travis saw them when he was there.
They were angry.
they
at
were
him.
mad at him. Yeah, because he's trying to give it to his girlfriend too. Not just sad for him that he was taking the bad magic,
But yeah,
bad
they're like,
medicine. That's what they kept calling it. Bad
that's what I
medicine.
kept thinking of. They're like fairies.
Yes.
How they were leaving offerings for them and things
Like
like
they
that.
did a circle in the forest and stuff like that.
Mm-hmm.
Lily knows. Lily knew.
She
Right?
did.
That's what they revealed in one of the memories, that she knew and she just didn't want to tell Donis.
Yeah, because it was Levi.
And how sad
You're
is
right.
that?
You're right.
Yeah.
Why not?
Well,
It's hard.
it's
Gosh.
hard. It's hard.
So
But how much more hard
really
is it
involved.
now, though?
See, that's like you.
Only gets harder.
But
Te-
I'm
I'm
doing
trying
that.
to think how this would work, right? You knowing it was Noah, and not telling Emily. No, how does that work? I'm trying to put it in a. So if you're Lily and Noah's Travis,
No, because Lily and Levi were not dating.
okay.
Doesn't
I think
work
it's harder
'cause-
than we think. I
yeah.
think it's easy to be like, how could you not
Oh,
tell
yeah.
her?
But it
I
only
think
got worse though by her not saying
it did.
anything.
I know.
How many people didn't say anything?
Yeah,
and
how
she
many?
had this kind of like vision of her brother, of this almost otherworldly, great guy.
Because I was thinking back, did
And everybody
Lily?
else is like, no, no, no.
I was trying to think in the beginning, did Lily make any comments about Levi ever?
She
but I
must
don't think
have.
she did.
You
Not
know what she did say though? she did say, like, when they were talking about, like, they were, Lily and Donis were together, right? And then she said something like, you don't even know anything, or something like that. Because they were talking about something about alcohol, something about drugs. And I think that foreshadowed that she knew something deeper than she was giving off.
To go back and find it.
Do you think Macy's involved at all?
No, I don't think so. I had a little bit of suspicion earlier, but then, like, it faded away once everything got bigger. So, I don't, maybe? I'm not sure. She's not really a big character.
She's a girl, but she
Is
keeps
her
popping
dad
up.
or her
Yeah.
grandpa a big deal in the community, though, in
Her-
the
isn't it her
council?
grandpa?
Is it her grandpa?
Is she's the Manitow last name? Is it the M?
I
M-A-N-I-T-O-U?
think so.
For
I
a
don't know.
second,
I feel
thought
like
that
it's the
was-
hockey team. And that's probably, I'm sure the
I don't think the
FBI knew
coach.
that it was,
No, not
I think they
coach.
probably
Coach
knew on
Bobby.
some level that it was Levi. Because
did.
Jamie is Levi's best friend. Out of nowhere. Comes
But they
in,
told
he's his
Donna
best
she
friend.
was number one too.
Yeah.
Because they probably saw the bank accounts.
Yeah, I
Yeah.
think
In
they,
her name.
I think they have known and they've not told her. Because they don't have to.
Right. Right.
So we were talking about, we briefly mentioned it, like, earlier that Stormy hit her, right? So
Yes.
that was on purpose. To, like, I don't know, handicap her for a little bit.
Oh.
You think so?
I think so.
You think Stormy's in it?
I
Not
think
Stormy.
he
not
has to.
Stormy.
yeah.
Levi's
he lives
best
he
He's
lives
Levi's
with
best
Levi.
friend.
Levi.
Wow. This is exactly what I was doing when reading. I was reading and then I'd turn on the side and be like, why are they doing this to me?
Well, and then they'll throw in little things.
I didn't
where
even
she
think
went with
about
Stormy
that.
to his parents' house, and his dad's being a real piece of work about her grandma.
Yep.
You know.
Yep. So to handicap her for what? For what reason?
They were taking her
Call me
down that
Grant?
I
night.
think so that Dana
Call me
could
Grant?
probably,
Because
I
that was
hope
before
not.
that, right?
Oh.
Because
Yeah.
that happened after she got incapacitated.
I really hope that's not the reason, but I think it's her so Dana
Or
could
yeah,
take
or
her.
if Grant was like, let's get Donis on these painkillers, like mess up
Yeah.
her shoulder.
Yep.
What the
Sweep
heck?
the leg.
And then she
Sounds
gets addicted,
so unreal,
right?
though.
And then she's a good scapegoat.
Yep. That's a good thought.
That's true.
So Levi would have
Well,
okayed
because then
that.
they can put the meth in there and say, oh well, it makes sense. She was in a lot of pain.
Yeah, that's
Because
what
like
they've been
Robin,
doing
they
now.
put
Yep,
meth
they
with
did.
her
And Heather.
and
Like, she was
Heather.
selling weed and they
Yeah,
gave
and they're
her
like,
meth.
no, she never had weed with her, or not weed.
She
She
never
never
had
had meth. She had weed.
But what's weird is they keep referring to this in Minnesota, too, right? They
Yeah,
all,
it's happening everywhere.
Yeah.
Well, which
so
would
it's,
make sense if it's the hockey team distributing. 'cause
right.
They travel,
So it's
yeah.
it's big.
Yeah.
It's big for sure. If the FBI comes in, I guess it's big.
Yeah.
So I know that you want it not to be Levi, but
But it has to
it
be.
has to
It
be.
He
has
has
to
to
be.
be a big part of it.
He can't.
For sure.
Yeah. Yeah.
But doesn't it seem unreal that he's setting up his sister though?
No,
And
because
that
they're
the mom
half
is
brother
doing
and
that 'cause
sister.
It just sounds bizarre.
They're half
to
brother
me.
and sister. First of all,
Well, that's
right?
why I was saying I think he's some sort of like sociopath where he just doesn't care.
Well, I
Well,
think
you
that
saw
would-
that with the whole speech. It was an
Yeah.
act.
And the game wasn't even
He's
about
playing a
Robin.
role.
Yeah, it was
But
gross
I don't
too.
think
She
that would
said.
mesh with if he didn't see Donis when he was defending her in front of he said, "Don't talk about my sister," and then he like punched the dude.
think
That
he's
doesn't
just
mesh
a
if he
violent-
didn't see Donis.
But would
Hmm.
his friends or like anyone else around them, even if it's not Donis, if he's putting up a front in front of somebody, or don't you think they're gonna be like, that's kind of weird? You let him talk about your sister
I
that way,
think it was just his violence coming out.
or that,
Or
or
he's
just
setting
an
up
excuse
Donis.
to be.
That's
so
what
if,
I was saying
if he's,
earlier.
Yeah. So if he's the protective older brother, then nobody's going to believe. They're all going to believe it was Donis, right? Because it couldn't be Levi. He loves Donis.
So I definitely
Yeah.
don't think it's the whole hockey team.
I
Really?
don't
I think
know.
it has to be a small knit group. Like
Yeah.
it's Call Me Grant, it's Levi and
I don't-
Stormy, and then possibly the coach. I don't know.
I
he
don't think the
feels
coach
good,
is in it, but Mike is
Mike.
Grant's son. He has to be in on it.
But didn't the coach have all the pucks?
Yeah, but that doesn't mean he knew.
He would
But
know
he
because
knew
Donna
that-
said she picked up a puck and she's like, "This doesn't feel right."
And he
They were
he
off.
would know that.
No,
wouldn't
I
he?
want Coach Bobby to be good.
I want him to be good too, but who knows? Who knows?
But also, yeah, so if you're on a traveling team and your team is distributing meth, your job as a coach is to know everything your students are doing all the time. So how would they be distributing meth without him knowing?
But he's like so protective of Donis. Maybe it was after she left.
No, I think
Maybe
maybe
he
it is
has
that it's just that Call Me Grant guy.
Maybe he has a weird thing for hockey
No,
girls
I don't
too.
think
no,
so.
I don't get
No,
that vibe.
I like
I
him.
don't get those vibes, and I don't want to think that Bobby's involved. But it,
I will not
I
trust
feel like
anybody.
he's caught up in it. Maybe he's
Somehow,
not. He doesn't want to be
inadvertently,
a part
or
of it,
he's-
and he's
yeah.
trying
He's
to
just
protect
like, la,
Donis
la,
from
la.
it. Maybe he knows this is where it's going. He's like, oh, I gotta protect Donis. Or maybe he just wanted her back. Like he knew if she stayed, she would have been a great part of the ring. I don't know.
Do you think Call Me Grant would have done that if her shoulder was healthy?
Yes.
Say
I
that
think
one
so.
more
He's
time.
a creep.
Yeah.
I think so.
Do you think Call Me Grant would have done that if she hadn't have injured her shoulder?
No, because she would have.
See, that's what I think so.
She would have
I
whooped
wonder.
it.
And he
Well-
had, if you need something for that, I'm here, right? He was setting her up. I'm just curious.
I don't
I'm
know.
not saying
Well,
that they
he-
injured her on purpose. I
No,
think it's a
but
possibility.
she's had a bum shoulder anyway.
That's
so
true.
he was bothering her before.
You're right.
If you need something.
You're
so I
right.
think that just
But I can't, it just, that blows me away because I thought, she seems like someone that could have handled herself, but I guess he surprised her. You know, like
don't
she
know.
should have been ready.
I think other people just.
I think it's a
when something
trauma,
that
yeah.
traumatic happens, you never know what your response,
Your response
is
Even if
gonna
you're
be-
a strong
And
person.
he just took her by surprise. She was focused on blackmail, basically.
And
well, yeah, she was
yeah.
thinking of her excuse for why she was in there.
You're right.
I mean, I
You're
would
right.
like to say that I would fight, but if I'm in that situation, I don't know what I'm gonna do.
Yeah.
If I would probably freeze.
So let's
Yeah,
all just say
me
this
too.
right here. We don't go with a man that we know is pervy by yourself with him.
No.
No
To
matter
any
what.
kind of hotel
Even if
room
he
ever.
says, I saw you in the room and I've got you on video camera. I'm calling my mom. I'm calling the cops. I'm walking away into this
I'm
group
telling
of
you
people.
right now, I was in there looking at my grandpa's furniture, which she thought up.
Yeah.
You don't go with him. Or you
yeah.
say,
No, you stay in the group
Yeah.
of people. We'll talk about it right here.
Yeah.
Why
That
did
was
we go to the
devastating.
bathroom in the first place? Was there a reason?
I don't know. And then TJ's just like in the bathroom. I'm
He's
like,
like,
get
I'm
out of the
coming in.
bathroom.
I'm coming in. I'm like, what?
I know.
I'm trying to think of like what reason
Ron.
was it?
Had Ron found her then? When did how did that sequence happen? Because
Oh.
she had just danced with Jamie. She was like on cloud 9, right?
I think something I think
Was
we
it
missed
Ron
something.
found her on the stairs or something and said Jamie's bad news, so she had to take a moment?
So
and then
yes, okay.
TJ
So
comes
she was
in?
in a moment of vulnerability. So she's not in the right headspace to go say, "No, Grant, I'm not coming with
Yeah,
you."
you're right. You're right, 'cause
So she's
all
like,
these
I
things
gotta
have
go.
happened.
I gotta go. Right?
Yeah, you're right.
There's so much.
There's so much.
know.
Like I'm thinking about it. It's like on my mind. It's weighing on me.
And then you just keep thinking of new things.
Yeah.
Like what is adding to this pile?
I just-
How far back in the book does it go? Like where at what point do you see foreshadowing from the
Yeah.
book?
Yeah.
It's like
well, we all saw Grant coming. I knew
Yeah.
something was
I
going to
knew
come
too.
to a
Well,
head
she
at
even
some
had
point.
told herself,
Yes.
gotta stay away from pervy. Yeah.
she did.
And I love that she told Macy
I did too.
because that's
Yeah.
you know.
She's
Hey.
like, don't be alone with him.
Yeah.
Macy's like, what the hell?
But Jamie definitely knew something happened.
And then he was just trying to figure it out. And
Yeah.
Ron pulls up into this situation where Jamie's like, what? And Ron's like, what did you do to her?
I
Like, you're
know.
done.
Well,
you are
gotta think of
done.
it, like this is a case. This is an
I know,
undercover case.
but
so,
it's
I
like-
mean,
And he already messed one
he's
up, I
the
guess.
superior to
Yeah.
Jamie, so he has to be that person that has to go check on them.
Yeah.
Yeah,
because
and
he
I'm
knows
like,
they're like intimate.
it
already,
made
so-
me upset that, but Donis is letting him have this false impression of her and like, she didn't explain anything. She was like that. Some of that was not. I don't know, or maybe she
I know
didn't
what you
even know
mean.
some of it wasn't related to Jamie. Like Jamie did not make her sit and flail on the ground. Like nothing. I don't know. It's frustrating. Like I wish she would just tell them.
Yeah.
But I know that it's not that simple. Ugh.
Too bad it wasn't, huh?
I think that's. I read a post the other day. I was like, it said, when you're mad at a character, that just means that the author is just a really good
Good writer,
Oh,
yes.
for sure.
So I think this is very interesting because I'm so frustrated with Donis, but she's
Me
just
too.
such a good character.
I know.
And I'm so happy happy that this offer's so good at her job.
But it's like, because it's so easy for us to sit here and say, well,
Yep.
just tell somebody, but
Yep.
we've never been
We've
through
never
it.
been
Like, I
through it.
can't imagine how she feels.
And how many
or
women
what she's
don't
trying
tell.
to not feel. And so it's like, it's frustrating knowing, like, if you told somebody they would help you, but she doesn't,
Who does she trust?
We
Who
have
does
to
she
tell
tell?
Auntie, and she'll
That's what
break
I'm
out the
thinking.
blanket party.
See, I think
That's what
that's
I was
I
thinking.
think that's
So-
what her instinct would normally be. Her aunt, besides
Yeah.
Jamie, because she did want to tell Jamie. She
Yeah.
did. But I think her aunt would be. I was thinking that the one person she would actually go to in the right frame of mind.
I think she just hasn't
You
had
know,
the
she
chance.
hasn't
It's
had the
all
chance.
just boom, 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 boom.
Yeah.
boom.
Speaking of her aunt, I have another part that I like. This is the last part I marked that we didn't talk about. This was after they did what was it called?
The sweat.
The intervention sweat. And it says, I'm overcome with deep gratitude as I sit here next to Auntie before the fire. Auntie has shown me how to be a strong niche kwe. That's how I say it in my head. Full of love, anger, humor, sorrow, and joy. Not as something perfect. She is a woman who is complex and sometimes exhausted, but mostly brave. She loves imperfect people fiercely. And I like that.
I marked that, and I think I read it while you were in
You
there,
did?
and
Oh,
then I
okay,
was
yeah.
like, we need to pause because
Yeah.
No, I love
Okay.
that. I think I love her relationship with her aunt.
Yeah.
I love the culture.
Yeah.
Just that, So I think her aunt would be who she would tell when she's in a better, when things aren't just happening.
Yeah,
all
one right after
Yeah.
another. Really. But doesn't it always happen like that in books?
Yeah.
They get us.
Yeah. But okay, I gotta remember the sequence. Because, okay, when she got home after the night, breaking Jamie's nose, call me Grant, all that, her mom was at the big house. But then her mom came home, right?
Mm-mm.
So her
No.
mom's at the big house
No.
now.
Supposedly, she
Oh,
wrote
okay.
a note. She
Yeah.
left her a note.
Okay, I was trying to make sure.
Seems bizarre.
Yes. Yeah.
But we gotta think though too. This is earlier. It's not now. So that'd be like my mom writing me a note.
Oh,
Do
I
you know what
see.
mean?
Because 2000.
We're like
it's
2004.
2004.
So
But her mom and her have texted and called throughout
yeah.
the whole book.
So I feel like the note is suspicious. Like,
Yeah.
And
So
then
you
the
think
mom
her
has
mom's-
not been to the big house since Grand Mary had a stroke. So yeah, I think something's up.
I didn't even think about that though.
And it's so sad because when, Dana's taking her basically, she's like, and she's talking to me like a little baby and so helpful, so nice. She's helping me down the stairs,
Yeah. She just has no idea.
I knew
No
when
clue.
when the cup tasted like dish soap, I'm like, stop.
I didn't,
I didn't
get
think
it.
about it.
You
I
didn't
was like,
get
oh.
it? You didn't get it?
I didn't
got it
either
the whole
until it was
time. I'm
too
like,
late.
don't do it. Don't leave those cups alone.
No,
Watch
I
it available.
didn't
I did.
until it was
In my
too
mind.
Trusted
late.
Dana, I literally
I
So did
didn't.
I.
I just
Because
I
she
thought
was
she wasn't
saying-
going to be a part of it.
I know. I
Well,
was like,
because
what
she was
happened
saying
to
about
Levi?
Levi, she's like, and he used to always share with me.
No, I was
And when
suspicious,
he
and I
wanted
knew.
the Hummer, I gave in to him.
Because-
so she's sounding like,
For me,
you
it was
know.
like she offered her tea, and Dana's like, "You're gonna need some too," and I'm like, "Oh,"
I didn't even think
because
about
all the
it.
girls were drugged. All the girls that have died were drugged. So I was like, "Dang!" And then it tastes like soap. I'm like, "Dang." don't
Yeah.
drink it."
Nope,
I didn't even think about
till
it. I was
too
just
late.
like, dang, you're not gonna pour it out. You're just gonna add some sugar. That's weird. I don't want to drink soap.
But
I
she
told
didn't drink very much. So what? Oof.
I told
Yeah.
you that in the living room. I was like, something just clicked in my brain. It was that.
Mm.
The soap was.
Oh, okay. Yep.
Yeah.
Yeah, I was like,
No,
that's weird.
I was like, "Don't leave those mugs unseen because she's gonna put something in there." Because you just like it's at the point where you can't trust anyone, which is how she's feeling, right?
I even have suspicions about Ron. I'm like,
I
what
mean-
is Ron?
I'm debating.
Like-
I'm
I don't
debating
have-
with Ron.
I don't.
I think you're right. He's trying to do his job. He's trying to keep Jamie in line. He's trying to keep Donis in line.
I don't know.
I don't know. She trusts Ron. She hasn't wavered in her trust of Ron.
Ron hasn't done anything, I don't think, to this point where we would not trust him.
But she
She
hadn't
just doesn't
wavered
trust
in her
him with
trust in
certain
Levi,
information, though. She
Until
has
she had
omitted
concrete.
information from him.
That's because she's
not
a kid,
said-
and she wants to
Well,
just
and
be this
well,
informant.
she
like
doesn't
her
want
Uncle
them to
David
think
did.
that it's, the Indian medicine. So she tore out all the pages that
She
said
did.
that,
And
it's
Jamie was like, I
not-
counted them.
yeah.
Yeah.
Well, and if
Silly.
he did, Ron did, because Ron's a senior.
But also, how did Jamie know that Donis took them out and not her uncle? What if her uncle left it out?
Because she reacted.
Mm.
So he could have. could have not
I don't
known
know.
but said it, and then she reacted. So
Yeah, I like Jamie
confirmed
though.
it.
I don't
Me
think
too. I
Jamie's
think
a bad
he's.
guy.
I think he's genuine in his feelings for her. I do,
Yeah.
and I think he's conflicted. I think he got too close. Yeah, you're not
I
supposed to
think
do
so,
that.
too.
It
Sometimes
always happens in the movies when those FBI's, those undercover guys. Every time.
What's his real name?
I know that's gonna bother me if it's something stupid.
Steve.
It better be like
No.
James. I'd be okay with James.
I like James.
I would
Let's
be
do
okay with
James.
But I feel like that's maybe too close.
Sometimes though they do it that way so,
So
you
that
don't
they
mess up.
So
recognize
you don't get tripped
Yeah.
up.
Yeah, because if your name's Steve and they're like, "Hey, Jamie," and you're just like, and they're like, "Jamie, Jamie," and you're not paying attention.
You're like,
But James, Jamie, yeah, that's true.
what's Ron's name? Dawn.
Ronald.
Ew.
All right. Any predictions?
I can't.
Donis doesn't die. She better live. She lives. Okay, she lives. 'Cause
She better.
I don't know what I would do if Donis is.
I
killed.
don't know if Jamie. I don't know if Jamie and Donis are both gonna make it out.
Ah!
I think they will, but I don't think they end up together.
Ooh.
Yeah, I just.
It
I
wouldn't
think,
make sense.
I think he really is gotten close to her.
Yeah.
I think he probably loves her, you know, and there's that connection, and they're in, you know, dangerous time and brings people
Yeah.
together type thing. But I don't think it's a forever thing. He's got a job.
Yeah, and is he just gonna move for this girl he
You-
barely knows?
He's in the
Like,
FBI. There
no.
is no moving.
Yeah.
No, he's not in the FBI.
Yeah.
He's
Oh,
not
you're
in the
right.
FBI.
No, he's
No,
not,
you're
yeah.
right. I
And
forgot
he's tribal.
about that. Ooh,
He's
I
half
forgot
Indian.
About that.
I think
I
they
did
could
forget
end up
about that.
together.
I
He's
don't know.
not FBI.
I want them
Okay.
to. I
But
want them
it's
to
too
end up
late
together.
for him to even be recognized by the tribe.
It is.
Yeah.
But I'm just saying he has connections and roots, you know, to the Native American culture.
And he's obviously shown an interest in
They
it.
have kind of hinted, you know, about the place setting set for, you know, the children that were lost.
Yeah.
And that might come back. So maybe they're hinting at there is going to be a
I
reconciliation.
think you could be right, though. I mean,
I don't know. I
I
don't
think-
want it.
It'll be interesting. How is all this gonna get resolved in
Yeah,
100 pages?
That's what I'm
100
saying. I feel
pages.
like it's going to be one of those bittersweet ones, you know?
I'm.
she's never going to be the same regardless, right?
Well, the
her
whole,
brother.
the whole
Well,
community
she's been
will not be
raped.
the same.
And her
She-
best friend died.
Her best. She
no
watched
matter
her best
what.
friend get murdered.
Yeah.
And then she watched her Travis's suicide. She was friends with Travis.
That's what
She
I was going to say.
loved
They were really
Travis.
close.
Yeah.
You know what
How
I
much-
just thought about that was yucky? Is that Dana was the like one of the people that got her recognition in the tribe.
But it was
She
kind
was,
of funny though too.
right?
So remember, they had 26 people lined up to give
And then
like
she-
yes, and then she almost didn't get in by one vote.
By one.
And who said it? Someone
Macy.
said that.
Macy.
They're like,
Macy. She's
yeah,
mean.
She's like, well, you only got in by one vote.
yeah, which is bizarre. How could you have 26 people saying I vouch for you? So it's political.
And that's what she said. She was like, it's never gonna be good enough.
Yeah.
It's never gonna be good enough.
Which I think it was very, very realistic. Like, how
I do too.
often do you get forced support from, I don't know, like,
Yeah. No, I agree.
Yeah.
I
That's
know
why
what
I
you
think
mean.
this thing might go pretty high.
Dang. I'm excited though.
Whew.
Oh, the wind's really picking
For
up.
what? What are you excited for?
For the rest, I want to see how it ends.
I'm excited for the resolution. Man.
It's
I
so
can't
good.
keep feeling like,
I know. I need it to like.
It
all
does
feels
feel like
a
we're a little bit
tangled
at the
ball.
end of our seat a little bit.
Whether
where
it's
we're at.
good or bad, I just need it to have like an ending. Like I don't know.
Everybody dies. They're in
Don't
the
say
meth
that.
lab and it explodes.
And it just explodes.
Does Levi survive?
Ooh.
Hopefully not. No, it's kidding.
I think
hope
if he does,
takes
he's
the
not
fall.
going to be a free man.
What, Abby?
I hope he takes the fall. I
But
think
how-
he deserves to take the fall.
I think we might not get a good ending.
I don't know.
I think we will.
I
It's a
feel
good
like
rated
he's one
book.
of those characters
That
that
doesn't mean it has a
never
good
get away
ending.
with that.
Yeah.
I don't know.
Like he's
It's
in,
gonna
he's
be
in
hard
it
to
all,
prove
but
it.
nobody can prove it. Is that so?
That's how it's
Everybody else
seeming.
gets punished, but Levi,
Well, it would-
nobody has.
He's
Like,
pretty,
what is the evidence
so
against
he's
him?
pretty
He
untouchable.
changed his
Yes.
name.
He's
The
pretty
name changed
untouchable.
In the transfers, it's now in his name now. It's no longer in Donnie's.
But he said he's investing in land.
So?
All that money's going to
I think
Panama.
that was a lie.
Oh yeah, you're right. She did spy in
to
the
the
account.
bank. And
So that's the evidence. Okay.
She didn't spy in the account. She
But
looked at
but
her account.
But her name is on the account, so
Yeah.
it could be, you know.
He was making money transfers in her name.
And she said, or he said, she said, here's my ATM card. Go buy dinner for Stormy. Stormy doesn't have enough for dinner.
Yeah.
But so couldn't he turn that around on her? Since the transfer started in her name, he could say she's framing me.
Yeah.
They can't prove either way. Right?
Woo!
See?
Yeah, he's
so
the golden
I
boy,
just-
you know.
yep, he's the golden boy. But
So
Travis
far-
knows him. Travis could testify.
Travis is dead.
Travis is
I mean
dead.
TJ.
Oh.
Sorry,
Yeah.
TJ.
I was like, what?
I was
But
like, sorry,
why
everyone.
hasn't? But why hasn't he yet, though?
Yeah, why hasn't
And
he?
he's a
been
police
threatened.
officer. But he's a police officer now.
Yeah, he has power
He is
now.
a police officer. He can be, but maybe he's one of those characters. He's like, yeah, I've been investigating. I'm going to keep a track, and I'm going to take this dude down.
Not if it's. What if this is? Not if this is such a big thing and he knows it's a big thing. He's not gonna go over there and be like, "Let's tell the police
Well,
what's
but-
going on."
He also said that Jamie wasn't a good guy, is what TJ said.
Because he was friends with Levi.
Yeah. He doesn't-
Jamie's a good guy to me.
Me too.
I was gonna say. You said so. Levi's trying to frame Donis, but Donis is working with the FBI. You think they would know for sure
You're
she's
right.
not involved?
So it
Yeah.
won't work.
So
yeah,
he-
you're right.
They're
Well,
gonna be
Levi
like,
doesn't know that.
they're gonna
you're
say
right.
She
no.
hasn't been
she's
very
been working
forthcoming,
with
though,
us.
with them either.
That's true.
She hasn't. She's held back information.
Yep.
So they can be like, well, she hasn't told us about the meeting with Grant.
Yeah.
Looking at, did she tell them that she went down there and was looking in Mike's bedroom? Do they even know
No.
that she did that? I mean, there's a
No.
lot
But
of
she
things
Well,
that
no,
she,
in his
she
office,
was doing all the investigation at Duck Island. She's been doing a lot of stuff
No,
that she's
she
not
sent
said.
she sent them the pictures she took in Grant's office.
Because I know she brought him the meth baby,
Meth baby.
She didn't.
but I feel like
she
other
didn't
than
give
that,
him the
she didn't give
notebook
him
until
anything
she
else.
read the pages
Until
out.
she until she read the whole thing, took out what she thought was unnecessary for them. I don't think you get to decide. I don't know. I'm hopeful for a good ending, but I don't think I'm not gonna be satisfied. I feel
Yeah.
like
I don't know.
maybe that's a better way to put it.
Oh, okay.
I feel like I'm not gonna be satisfied with the ending.
What would satisfy you?
Yeah.
Do you know?
200 more
I'm
pages.
genuinely asking.
I don't know.
Meth lab blows up, kills everyone.
Well,
what you
I
want?
would want Call Me Grant to go to jail.
Amen.
Her brother would, if he's guilty, would have to be in jail. Dana would have to go to jail. They'd have to have a blanket party. I mean, I feel like I like judgment. I want it all. But then, I mean, still, how sad for her. She has, I mean, utterly torn up, destroyed. And then her community, how much are they going to trust her knowing, yeah, I've been snooping on you.
Yeah.
I've been investigating. I've been asking questions. I mean, it can't, I don't feel like it can be a happily ever after. I don't.
Maybe she runs away with Jamie.
Yeah, maybe
I
she
think
has to
so.
leave her community. They want her. Everyone's telling her to go to college elsewhere.
She
Maybe
probably
that will be the
I
ending.
think
is
that's
she's
what
gonna
the
go
ending
to
might
college.
be. I don't know.
She might lose her arm at the end. No.
Oh my gosh.
Things are not looking great for Donis.
Yeah.
Well, right now she's drugged in
I
the
love her.
hands
I
of
know.
the
Well,
Well,
bad
yeah.
it's
Right now,
stressed
nothing
out.
looks good for her.
But then I'm thinking, who's Dana? Donis is a behemoth. She's like a rock star. You know, how is this? I don't know that they've described her, but I'm thinking, how are you going to carry her out?
Yeah.
What are you going to do with this big gal? She played hockey.
She's 6
Yeah.
feet.
She's not a little child.
I'm thinking somebody's in the car.
Yeah.
I don't think
I bet
she's there
Stormy.
by herself.
I
Or
bet it's Levi.
Oh no.
Or Mike. Or Call Me Grant.
Ooh.
Ew.
Somebody.
Ew.
That's what I assumed.
could
I
be
assumed
chills.
somebody, some big old man's in the car, and they're gonna go
Okay,
take
so
her
here's
somewhere.
some conspiracy. What if Levi's not even his dad's son?
And
It's
she
Call
just
Me
said
Grant's
it.
kid.
Ew.
Maybe it was all lies. And maybe that's why he's setting her up.
Hollywood
I
the
hate
hot
you.
tape.
Call Me Grant is not India though, right? So he would have to.
Yeah.
They had to.
Is
For
Dana?
him to be.
Dana is.
Is she?
Yeah.
I have a hard time knowing who's
Dana
white.
is.
and
I know,
who's
me
not.
too.
So Call Me Grant, Mike, and the wife, they're all white. One of the coaches is white. And then her mom and her
Her mom
grandma.
And
Is
Jamie
Travis?
is half, right?
Yeah.
Yes.
No, Travis was native.
So TJ is also.
Yes.
Okay.
This whole time I've been picturing Travis as a white.
I have a hard time with that because we read a lot of white characters in
Yeah.
books, so it's hard for me
We
to be
just,
like,
that's how you picture
Well, and when
me.
I think of like a meth head,
well, you know,
Okay,
you
so
said
there's
it.
a TV show on right now. They know I'm reading a book. My phone knows. It was a commercial for, it's a real reservation. It's like the poorest county in America. Anyways, but they were showing, and it's a big meth thing going on there. They've got the Mexican cartel there.
oh wow,
Ooh.
Yeah, and they were showing a sweat lodge, and it was basically looked like a tent or a shack. But it was kind of interesting. I'm like, I might have to watch that now.
yeah. I don't know. I don't have any predictions.
Yeah, I don't either. I just
None?
hope it's happy.
We already had our happy ending. That was the last book.
I don't
Yeah,
know.
our
Like,
third
I
ending.
feel like this is similar to A Woman Is No Man. Like, I don't know if it can be a happy ending.
Yeah, it's
But
just
maybe
an ending.
just like a closure. For
Yeah.
Dawn.
Yeah.
I want it to be satisfying.
Yeah.
I don't want it to be happy. I want it to
Yeah.
be satisfying.
Because it's
Yeah.
too late for happy, I think, right?
Yeah. Yeah, I think we're way past happy, even when her uncle. That was crazy. This thing's crazy. They're setting up like high school teachers.
Yeah, it's true.
I want her to remember some more stuff, though. I
Yeah.
feel like maybe a lot more was said.
Maybe when she's drugged, she'll think of more.
Maybe she'll
Maybe.
dream it.
I hope her being drugged and whatever isn't drawn out. Like they torture
not.
her. Or what?
I
I don't.
hope
I
not.
hope it's like.
I don't think it
that was the book we
will.
read. That was pretty.
Based on how the writing has been so far, I don't think we'd get it.
You're
Doesn't
right.
seem
You're
dark.
right.
You're right.
Okay.
Nothing seems
Good.
dark yet.
Which I appreciate.
I mean,
Like, I'm fine if you have that stuff in your book, but like, I appreciate that it wasn't.
Well,
this
let me
long,
imagine
detailed
something,
scene,
yeah.
You know,
Because then I can imagine something.
but it still hurt. Like, it still struck like being like, wow.
I think
Like, that's
maybe the
horrible.
author intended it to be that way.
Yeah.
Because that's how Donna says about it right now. It happened and we're moving on. We're not going to think about it. So maybe that's how she wrote it that way. Because we're supposed to be kind of feeling along with Donna's.
Hey everyone, thank you so much for listening to our podcast. If you want updates or more content, catch us on Instagram or Facebook at the Lit Ladies Book Club. Follow us on YouTube, Spotify, and Apple Playlists. Be sure to give us a like and let us know what you thought of this week's episode. We will see you next Saturday at 1 p.m. See you then.